You will wait till I get on live. Hey y'all, happy Monday. I hope everybody is well. I hope y'all safe. I hope y'all warm in this cold, depressing, snowy weather. But if this is your first time seeing me, hi, I'm Sierra Janae, wife and mama too, and I am the creator and founder of the Mompreneur Method. And sis, if you are a mama, I just want to tell you right now, get up in here, get up in here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because days like this, it's just another reminder why I'm so grateful that I built my business, why I started when I did. Because, as I was talking to my husband today and he had to go to work, he was just telling me how like so many people were calling off due to the weather. And, that's taking money out of people's pockets. And that's one thing that we don't want. I'm glad that I have a business that runs on autopilot. And I teach moms to do that as well, too. So if something like this was to come up, sis, you covered and you ain't worried about your paycheck being low and nothing like that. So if I have any moms in the room who have been looking for a way to make income, literally not doing the most, not becoming an influencer. You ain't got to do none of that, sis. I'm not an influencer at all. I'm just a regular, smuggler girl, a mom who wanted more for myself, who wanted more for my kids. And I just wanted to be a little bit more present without feeling guilty about it. I think as a spiritual person, sometimes you kind of have this thought process of thinking like, okay, is it okay to pray and ask God for wealth? Is it okay to pray and ask God for abundance? But he wants all of us to have that, y'all. And there is nothing wrong with that, especially if you have good intentions and especially if you really care about what you're doing and the people that you're doing it for. So I get on here pretty much every single day to answer any questions you may have in regards to starting. I help complete beginners. And when I say complete beginners, I mean people that are oblivious to what digital marketing is and how you can make money from doing that. And like I mentioned before, you do not have to be an influencer. You don't have to have any experience. You just have to have, honestly, ambition. And that's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, I can teach this, I can teach that, I can show you how to do this, make money online or whatever. One thing I cannot teach this is ambition. That is completely up to you, your mindset. You got to want more for yourself. So that starts there. I ain't gonna get up here and try to sell you no dream and lie to you. I can give you the system. I can give you step by step. I can tell you what to say, what to post, how to show up, all of that. But if you don't believe in you, baby, that's something that you got to work on. But at the same time, I'm going to always tell you, consult and talk to Jesus because that's what helped me. I used to be a person that lacked confidence, that didn't believe in myself. I thought because of my upbringing and where I came from that I couldn't live the life that I live today. And once I was just fed up and was tired of my situation, I did something about it and my life has completely changed. And like I said, now I help others. So the first thing I want to ask you, Mama, and as people come back and watch this live, is if you had a system that literally told you what to say, what to post, when to show up, and showed you how to make money online, my question is, would you use it or would you think it was a scam or would you think it was too good to be true? Because y'all, it is 2026 and the more and more, as we get, like just in this whole AI field, it's taking over, y'all. It's taking over. I used to be scared of AI. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was, but to see how much time it has saved me, to see how much time it has saved my clients, different some of my students and everything like that, and how it's helping people build businesses literally within minutes, changing our lives. You gotta stop thinking that stuff is too good to be true or that it can't happen for you. And you got to stop making these decisions as far as like, oh, well, I'll do it in a few months or I'll do it in a few years. Like, you got to start and you got to start now. You can't be scared. And even if you are scared, you got to start anyway. So I'm going to quickly share my screen with you and just show you the system that I built and how I eliminated every reason why a mom cannot make income online. Okay. Because that was the number one thing I kept hearing so many moms, when I started my journey. And I was so excited because one thing about me, I'm not a gatekeeper and I love, love, love helping people, especially my moms, because girl, you deserve to have time freedom. You deserve to be a present mom. Y'all, this year I was looking at some of the stats and they were saying like how homeschooling is going up. That is really, every time I think about that, it's just so important as a mom. Like, you don't want to have to choose between, okay, do I be present, try to help and homeschool my kid, or do I got to go out here and try to get this money? And especially if you're a single mom trying to do this by yourself, like you should not have to choose. You can make income on autopilot if you implement a system. And this is the system that I want to be talking about today. This is MPM, the Mompreneur Method. And I built this specifically, like I said, to eliminate any like reject any objection of a mom always saying, well, I want to start, I want to make money online, but I just don't know how. Since you get on the internet every single day, you post for free, you comment, engage for free, since you could be making money. So we about to go through that. So this is Mama Bot, and this is the 24/7 rep that's inside of the community that I built called the Mompreneur Method. She is literally trained on everything, and she is trained to help you successfully be able to start making passive income no matter your starting point, no matter if you're a beginner, no matter if you have some experience with social media, marketing, sales, any of that. Either way, if you don't, sis got you covered. So I want to just kind of quickly show you how to use her, and then I will show you some more inside of NPM. And then if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you have a question that you want me to ask Mama Bot so you can see how she works in real time and live time, let me know and I will drop it in here for you. So I'm just going to quickly go in here and I'm just going to ask her. I am a complete beginner. How do I make my first 1K online? So I'm going to let her do her magic, y'all. And I'm going to talk her. I like to, but I'm not going to type nothing out. And as you can see, she's literally going to spit back a whole little plan for you. So she says, yes, Mama, you're in the perfect place. And this question is a golden one. Here's exactly how you can make your first 1K online as a complete beginner using NPM, the Mompreneur Method, okay? So step one, pick your income path. Since you're brand new, we keep it simple. Start by reselling NPM. Now, this is so important that I want to say this to y'all because I myself have been in a lot of communities, a lot of different, courses and things like that. And the one thing that I noticed, because I'm such a problem solver, I can't help it at heart, was I noticed that so many people weren't successful and weren't able to resell the program, not because the program wasn't good, not because the program like people didn't want it. It was because the program offered too many options. And when there are too many options, it's easy for moms especially to spiral and be like, okay, this isn't working, even though you only gave it 2 weeks, and then you move on to the next thing. And then you say, oh, that's not working, and then you move on to the next thing. NPM, I built it to make it easy and make it simple for you to actually make money and for it to not, you don't have options, okay? This got to work for you or you just not doing it. And that's on you if you don't do it. Okay. Again, I'm not really the biggest when it comes to side income streams until you have mastered. A lot of people will not tell you that. A lot of people will sell you the fact that, oh, this has all these different income streams just to have you spiral out of control and not actually get anywhere. Sis, the key is mastery. When you master something and you scale it, then you start investing in other businesses. When I started my digital marketing journey and I was taking it serious, my focus was only to resell this program. Because if I could do that, I can do anything. I don't need to put myself, I'm already a mom. So it's like I already have 1,001 things going on. I can't commit to this and then commit to this and then commit to this and then commit to this. I can't do that. I barely can do this, right? So once I did that and then my income started becoming predictable, I was like, wow, by me utilizing a system, this is actually working for me. And if it works for me, it can work for other moms. I didn't have to change who I was. I didn't have to, push my kids off. I started integrating my kids into my business. And once I did that, that's really what inspired me and motivated me to create this. But again, as you can see what she said, step one, start by reselling it, okay? Don't overthink this. It is meant for you to set up. It's set up and meant for you to sell it. It's already built. You keep 100% profit every time you resell NPM. With just 3 sales, y'all, that's $1,100. 3 sales in a month. I'm sure you could use an extra $1,100. That's half of somebody's rent or a portion of their rent or maybe their whole rent, right? That is daycare taking care of you, groceries taking care of you from just selling a product that you didn't even have to create, okay? And then as you can see, it says no need to create products or learn from tech. And then step 2, pick one freebie. As a beginner, your only job right now is to build trust. You do that by giving away a simple freebie. No pressure, all value. So you see how she's breaking it down step by step and keeping it simple. Anybody can do this. Any mom can do this as a beginner, okay? So, and then inside of NPM, I do have 2 freebies that I've already built. Again, you don't have to build anything, sis. This is done for you, okay? But I do also, sometimes tell my moms like, hey, if there's something that you're really interested in, like for example, I have moms inside of the community where they're really passionate about cleaning. Okay, well, you can put together your own cleaning freebie or whatever like that, because that's something that's, very interesting about you. And maybe you want to attract those type of women, those type of moms who are interested in cleaning as well. You can put together your freebie. But if you are a mom who's like, look, sis, I don't want to have to do no work. I just want to plug and play. You don't have to. You can just pick one of the freebies that are done for you. Okay. And then As you can see, Mama Bot even says, let me know if you want help choosing. I got you, right? So she'll even ask you questions as far as like, okay, does this make sense for you to do this one or that one? So this is what I mean when I say she does everything for you. She tells you what to say. She tells you how to show up. Okay. Step 3, promote your freebie daily, beginner style. Okay. You're not selling yet. You are serving. And then she even gives you a game plan, daily content plan. Talk about a problem your freebie solves. Share why you created or believe in the freebie. Invite mamas to grab it via DM or link. Post real life stories, kids, chaos, coffee, included all that. Now, the reason why I love this, and y'all, I really got to pause on this just for a second, because when I say Mama Bot, the reason why it's so different and unlike anything that you've ever seen before, because again, when I was in different communities and different courses, look, I'm for the people at the bottom, okay? And that was the one thing that I noticed when I had so many students that come my way. Y'all, this is why I built my program, because when I was mentoring, baby, I was taking them notes as far as why so many people were struggling, because I was like, I don't want to come off like rude or nasty or in a certain type of way, but I'm like, selling somebody else's stuff is probably one of the easiest things you can do. Honestly, it kind of feels like it's kind of harder sometimes when it's your own. This is just my personal opinion, right? And so I didn't understand why so many people struggle. And then I remember when I would just talk to beginners and I'm like, hey, have you gotten any sales? What's going on? Why haven't you made any money? And they like, hey, I've been, in this community or such like that for like 6 months, 8 months. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, are you showing up consistently? Like, why haven't they made money? So I started diving in deeper, y'all. And the number one thing that I had noticed was so many people was just jumping into sales and not giving value, not building trust with their audience. And that's key. If you don't do that, ain't nobody. I always say, when you go to the mall and you be seeing them outside with that bourbon chicken, before you go and buy that bourbon chicken, you're gonna get that little sample, right? It's the same thing when it comes to our businesses. It's the same thing when it comes to you actually being able to make money, y'all. You got to warm people up. That's just a part of the process, okay? You can have the most amazing product in the world, but people typically need to see you a few times before they're ready to convert. And the fastest way to do that is with a freebie, a lead magnet, to get people to actually know a little bit more about you, know what your offer is actually about. And in 3, is your offer actually going to help them? So if you're not doing that, I'm just telling you right now, even if you ain't messing with me, I'm just saying, if you are someone who maybe has been trying to sell a course, maybe who has been trying to sell a program, and if we just take it back, if you have not gotten any sales yet, I'm telling you this now, you need to go back and promote a freebie and invite people in, educate people, give people free value, make a free video. There's so many different ways you can do it inside of NPM. I go in a lot deeper into that, but that is so, so important. And it's often a missing step that a lot of people really get hung up on and they give up so quickly. So again, Mama Bot covers that in the strategy, and she tells you step by step, as y'all can see. Okay. So then she says step 4, convert in the DMs without feeling salesy. Once a mama grabs the freebie, use this soft follow-up. So do y'all see what I mean when I say she gives you step by step? She tells you what to say. She tells you literally what to say in your DM. Okay, like that's how I've trained her to all of the information that I know, everything that I've used on my students that have helped them scale their businesses. I've literally pumped inside of her. So you're never left alone. You're never left trying to figure this out. You're never confused or like, oh my God, I got to wait and ask here or something. No, I want you to be independent and run your business on autopilot as well too. Okay. So it says, if you want the full system that makes it make sense, that's what NPM is. Want me to send the info? Boom, connection. Okay. So she literally gives you that DM. Okay. And then she said, step 5, celebrate your first sale. Just 3 of those equals $1,100. And it starts with you just showing up daily, promoting one freebie and offering help, not pressure. So if I have any beginner moms that are watching me, sis, I'm telling you, and I want you to go and look on my page. If you don't believe me, I want you to go look on my Instagram. I film everyday content that I would have to do anyway, because you know why? That is the most realistic thing. Don't get me wrong. People love a good aesthetic. And the crazy thing about it is I could be an aesthetic girly, but I just choose not to. Like I could pull out in the Range Rover or whatever like that, but I choose not to do that because I want moms to know that no matter your lifestyle, no matter where you live, no matter your environment, you can create content. Once you learn how to create content and tell a story and invite your audience who you want to invite in, you can convert and you can make money. You can make sales. It's not coming off salesy. It's not pretending to be somebody that you're not. It's literally, that's what it is. You know what I mean? People love real connection. People love to see themselves in you. And that's the point of this, y'all. And as a mom, we are some of the most relatable type of individuals because what we've been through, the struggles that we go through, our stories and things like that. And we have so many other moms out here in this world, right, that want the same thing. So that's what makes this really easy and a simple process. I've eliminated the idea of you ever trying to figure out, well, who's my target audience? Who's my niche? Moms. That eliminates any of that. You trying to figure out, okay, am I talking to this group of people? Am I talking to this people? I want, like, no, you don't have to do that. And that's what I'm saying. So many moms have gotten hung up on that and they've given up and they feel like, oh, the only way that I can be successful online is if I become an influencer and this and that. Y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, I am a regular smuggler girl who literally does not have a large following at all. I just show up consistently. And because I show up consistently, it allows me to make anywhere from $400 to about $3,000 a day. I started as a complete beginner. Now I'm a little bit further in my journey. And instead of being a gatekeeper and holding all this information to myself, I went ahead and put it into a system that is done for moms, okay? A system that you do not have to think. You do not have to try to figure things out alone. You literally just copy and paste. If you can talk and answer a question, then you can be making income online. Okay, it's really that simple. And then, as you can see, she says your next step is, like if I wanted her to help me choose a freebie or whatever like that, right? I can even go in here and say, let me just kind of quickly show you. So I had a mom who just recently DM'd me and told me that she was interested in getting NPM. I'm nervous and I don't know what to say. What is something that I could say back to her that doesn't come off salesy and could potentially lead to a sale? I'll be trying to think of questions that my beginners be asking. People always say, girl, I be nervous. What am I going to say in the DM when they do reach out? Because they're going to reach out to you, okay? Girl, let's see what mama about to say, okay? I'm going to show you how simple this is. Okay. So she literally put together a little prompt that you can drop inside of your DM. So this is what I mean, sis. You don't have to figure nothing out. Everything is done for you. Hey, mama, I'm so glad you reached out. NPM is the exact system that helped me stop overthinking and actually started building online step by step without needing to be perfect. I can send you a quick preview of what's inside so you can see if it feels aligned. Want me to send it over? Do y'all see what I mean? DM done for you, okay? You ain't gotta try to go and download a DM you know how people be selling them DM guides and stuff like that. Girl, Mama Bot does everything. She knows all of the information inside of NPM and literally sales psychology, branding, marketing, everything that you need is not rocket science. It's not nothing hard that you can do. Again, if you are ready to change your situation, if you are ready to stop waiting on a 25-cent raise and actually, manage, and be in control of your income, I'm telling you, sis, this is for you, okay? I'm not here to beg you. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm just here to simply show you that if you utilize a system, you could be up. When I think about businesses like Airbnb and Uber, y'all, they don't even own any vehicles. They don't even own, or, when I think of, sorry, my husband got a Toro business. Toro, they don't own any vehicles. Airbnb don't own no houses. They learn how to utilize a system to get them paid. And this is exactly what I do every single day. And it's exactly what you can be doing. To see so many women from the ages of like 16 all the way up to 67 be able to do this is how I know it's possible. And this is why I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this together, put it in a system, but put it in a system that's actually helpful. On top of that, inside of NPM, you get modules that literally tell you step by step what to do. And they're audio, you know what I mean? Because that's another thing. As a mom, it's hard trying to be, trying to show up and be in class every single day, right? So I have these modules in here that literally are built in mama language for you to understand, so that you can listen to them on the go. You can listen to them while you're doing laundry. You can learn this information, implement it, and start actually making income, real income, sis, okay? I'm not talking about pennies. Every time you resell NPM as your own, that's $397 that you profit, okay? Again, you can be a beginner. You can be a mom that maybe has some experience, but this is for moms who are tired of starting over, who are tired of trying to figure things out. You know what I mean? If I can do this, a mom who used to struggle with like just distractions and, starting things and not finishing and starting and not finishing and starting and not finish, to now being able to, for a day like this, when the snow is, what I'm saying, like causing people to miss out on income because they couldn't go to work, because they called in, because they didn't want to risk their life driving to work. I still made money in my business, you know what I mean? And it's such a blessing. And it's just a blessing to be a blessing to other women and other moms. So again, if you've been looking for a way and you're serious. We're still in the beginning of that new year phase, and it's still a great opportunity to change something, you know what I mean? To think differently, to show up differently, not just for yourself, but for your kids. Are you a mom that actually wants to be present and not have to choose between, oh, do I have to do, overtime this week, or can I actually go and attend one of my child's events, or just be at home with them? NPM gives you that, plus more. Plus, you get a community of like-minded individuals, moms who are on the same journey as you, moms who are tired of trying to figure out all of this by themselves. And you know what I mean? Again, you don't have to build anything. That's the really crazy part about it. Y'all, every time I think about it, y'all, I gotta, sometimes I have to snap, because I'm like, when you get inside of NPM, like I'm telling you, there's not been one mom that has been disappointed just with the whole experience when you get in here. The support alone, the calls alone, the Sell It Mama Saturday alone, the Mama Bot really is just really what truly has changed the game, changed everything. So if you're a mom and you're serious, all you have to do is just click the link down below. You can download. I have some free resources down at the bottom. But if you are ready to get inside of NPM, like I said, this is a done for you digital income system. You don't have to build anything. It tells you what to say, tells you how to show up, what to post, what to say in your DMs, and how to actually get sales and make income in your sleep, while you out, while you with your kids, while you at work, while you doing whatever it is that you're doing. Because sis, making income is not hard. And honestly, making the money, I wish a lot of people knew more of this. Making the money is not hard. It's about the person that you become, and learning how to create, opportunities for yourself to make money. Ever since I've learned digital marketing, I know that I never have to worry about ever being broke another day in my life, because as long as I have my phone and Wi-Fi, I can create opportunities for myself. And having a digital asset like NPM that I can sell over and over and over and over, and that you will be able to sell over and over and over as your own, without you not having to build anything, without you not having to, again, overthink and be stuck. That is the biggest thing that I want y'all to always take away from me. I know what it's like to be at the bottom. I know what it's like not to have much. I know what it's like to be looking for an opportunity and really wanting the help. This is exactly why I built NPM. This is exactly why I implemented Mama Bot. So you're never stuck. As much as I love helping, the moms in my community, like, you get my phone number when you get NPM and everything like that. But that's why I put Mama Bot in there, because I didn't want them waiting on me. I wanted their answer, the questions to their the answers to their questions to be answered as soon as possible. And that's what she does, and I love that. And the moms in there have been loving her. She does image generation, y'all. Everything that you need to run your business, girl, you got a personal assistant built in. So again, if you're interested, payment plans are available. If you click the link, down in the description, it's going to take you to my website. It looks like this. You'll just scroll all the way down, all the way down. And this is just talking about what's inside of NPM. Literally hit grab NPM. It's going to take you to my checkout page. Like I mentioned, payment plans are available, sis. So literally no excuse on why you can't get started. You literally can get started, in some cases, $0 down if you use Klarna or Afterpay, or just $41 down not using Klarna Afterpay. So again, the choice is yours. If you are cool with living paycheck to paycheck, baby, like I said, this live probably is not for you. But again, if you are a serious mama who wants change, who wants something different, who wants to be able to do the things that she's always wanted to do for her family, sis, you can have it. I'm telling you. Inside, I also am really big on just talking about the importance of putting God in the center of your business, because if it wasn't that, baby, I wouldn't be here. So again, if you're interested, like I said, you can click the link down below. I do have some free resources as well. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, of course, if you haven't already subscribed. But again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message at any time. I'm always here to help. But again, sis, it's not that you're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because you ain't got a system. So get a system today and grab NPM while you can, before the price goes up. Because, baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, the experience that you get inside of NPM, it's just, I can't even explain to y'all. It's just, you got to get in there and see it for yourself. But all right, y'all, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope everybody is safe and well. Maybe stay off them roads if you got to, you know what I'm saying? But I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.